The case against Kenyan Vice President William Ruto rests heavily on out-of-court statements from witnesses who then recanted or refused to appear in court. The prosecution blames political intimidation and bribery, saying a third of their original witnesses in the case dropped out. The court has now ruled those out-of-court statements are not acceptable evidence because the original court allowed it, without considering if it unfairly disadvantaged the defendant's case.
The appeals chamber holds that the trial chamber applied amended Rule 68 of the rules retroactively to the detriment of the accused. In applying the amended rule, the trial chamber committed legal errors.
The judgment follows a determined push from the Kenyan government to have this evidence ruled out.
Kenya wanted those countries, the body of ICC member countries, the assembly, to say, hey, we never intended for this rule to be used in this case. And they did so at a time when this issue was teed up before the judges. And so this was a completely outrageous effort by the government of Kenya to try to get ICC member countries to put political pressure on the judges to rule in a certain way.
The Kenyan government is now likely to claim this as a victory, but the judgment is a setback for victims of Kenya's post-electoral violence.
Throughout this case and other cases related to Kenya, we've seen massive and systematic tampering with witnesses, many witnesses recanting their testimonies, allegations of bribery and threats. And each time this happens, it really is causing a double assault on victims of the violence in Kenya. Not only were they first violated during the violence, but then also as witnesses recant their testimony due to outside pressure.
The judge's decision made it very clear that this judgment doesn't in any way excuse witness tampering. Tampering with a witness is itself a crime under international law, and the ICC wants two people who are already in custody in Kenya to be extradited here for that crime. Elena Casas, SABC News at the International Criminal Court in The Hague.